Hello, everyone. It's so good to be here today, sharing space and energy with you all. Let me tell you something: life is too short, too precious, and too full of potential for us to live on autopilot. Every smart, driven, and powerful woman I know lives by a set of principles, rules, if you will, that guide her journey. And today I'm here to share 7 of those rules with you. These aren't just guidelines or truths, they're the keys to unlocking your best self, stepping into your greatness, and living the life you deserve. Own your power. Let me tell you something, there's a moment in every woman's life when she has to look in the mirror and decide, am I going to live small, or am I going to claim everything that's meant for me? Owning your power starts right there, in that moment. It starts when you stop waiting for permission, stop asking for approval, and stop doubting what you already know deep inside you are enough. Let me say that again for the people in the back. You are enough, just as you are. Not as someone else thinks you should be, not as the world expects you to be, but as you are right here, right now, in all your brilliance, in all your messiness, in all your glory. Stop apologizing for your greatness. Why do we do this? Why do we shrink ourselves to make others feel comfortable? Why do we hold back our ideas, our talents, our dreams? It's because somewhere along the way, someone told us we were too much, too loud, too ambitious, too bold. So from this day forward, I want you to stop saying, I'm sorry, when you haven't done anything wrong. Stop apologizing for taking up space. Stop dimming your light because you think it's too bright for someone else. Your voice has power. Owning your power also means speaking your truth. How many times have you swallowed your words because you didn't want to rock the boat? How many times have you stayed silent when you should have spoken up? Smart women know their voice is their power. Use it. Speak up in that meeting. Advocate for yourself in that negotiation. Say no when you mean no, and say yes to the opportunities that scare you but excite you at the same time. When you own your voice, you don't just change your life, you change the lives of everyone around you. You give other women permission to speak their truths too. Own your power over your choices. Owning your power also means taking full responsibility for your life. Now, I know that's not always easy. Life throws curveballs. People disappoint you. Things don't always go as planned. But here's what I've learned: the most powerful women don't let life happen to them, they happen to life. They understand that while they may not control every circumstance, they always control how they respond. You have the power to choose. Every single day, you get to decide who you want to be, how you want to show up, and what kind of energy you bring into the world. Don't give that power away to anyone or anything. Step into your space. When you walk into a room, I want you to own it. Not with arrogance, but with confidence. Confidence in the fact that you belong. Confidence in the fact that you are just as worthy, just as capable, and just as deserving as anyone else in that room. Too often we walk into spaces and immediately start questioning ourselves. Do I belong here? Am I good enough? What if I fail? Let me tell you this: you belong in any room you step into. And if the door doesn't open for you, build your own door, create your own table, because the world doesn't get to decide your worth, you do. Owning your power isn't just about what you achieve, it's about who you become. It's about stepping fully into your potential unapologetically and fearlessly. Ladies, your power is not something you find outside of yourself. It's not something you earn, and it's certainly not something anyone can take away from you. It's already inside you. Now, the question is, are you ready to own it? Prioritize your peace. Let me ask you a question. When was the last time you truly felt at peace? Not just calm, not just quiet, but truly, deeply, soulfully at peace. If you had to think too hard, it's been too long. Let me tell you something I've learned the hard way. Peace isn't something that just happens. It's not something that magically appears when the world gets easier or people finally start treating you right. No, peace is something you have to choose. It's something you have to protect. And it's something you have to fight for. Because here's the truth: if you don't prioritize your peace, nobody else will. Peace is power. Let's get one thing straight: protecting your peace is not selfish. It's not weak. It's not avoiding responsibility. It's the most powerful, courageous thing you can do. Boundaries are your best friend. Oh, let's talk about boundaries. We love the word, but how many of us actually enforce them? Let me tell you this: boundaries are not about keeping people out there, about keeping you whole. When you set a boundary, you're saying, I value myself enough to protect my time, my energy, and my well-being. You don't owe anyone an explanation for your boundaries. You don't have to apologize for them. And if someone can't respect the lines you've drawn, that's not your problem, it's theirs. Smart women know that saying no isn't about rejecting others, it's about saying yes to themselves. Let go of what doesn't serve you. This one's big, ladies. So many of us are carrying around baggage that isn't even ours to hold. Toxic relationships, old resentments, unrealistic expectations. Let it go. Ask yourself, does this bring me joy? Does this bring me growth? Does this bring me peace? If the answer is no, release it. Trust me, the freedom you'll feel is worth it. Silence isn't empty, it's full. Take time to sit with yourself, to breathe, to listen to what your soul is trying to tell you. Because in that silence, you'll find clarity. You'll find answers. And most importantly, you'll find peace. Peace is a daily practice. Now, let's be real, peace isn't a one and done thing. You don't wake up one day, decide to prioritize your peace, and never feel stressed again. No, peace is something you have to choose every single day. It's in the little things: taking a moment to breathe before you respond to that email, stepping away from that argument you don't need to win, saying no to the plans that leave you drained. Peace is a practice. It's a commitment. And smart women honor that commitment every day. Ladies, I want you to hear me when I say this: your peace is priceless. It's not something you trade for someone else's approval. It's not something you give away to meet someone else's expectations. Your peace is your foundation. It's your anchor. And when you prioritize it, you become unstoppable. Keep learning. Let me start by saying this: you are never finished. I don't care how much you've accomplished, how many degrees you've earned, or how long you've been in the game, there is always more to learn. The moment you stop learning is the moment you stop growing. And honey, we are not here to stay the same. We're here to become more of who we're meant to be. Stay curious about life. Remember when you were a child and the whole world felt new and exciting? You'd ask questions like, why is the sky blue, or how does the sun rise every day somewhere along the way? Many of us stop asking questions. We stop wondering, exploring, and discovering. But here's the truth: curiosity is what keeps you young. It's what keeps your mind sharp and your spirit adventurous. Smart women are not afraid to ask questions. They know that every conversation, every book, every experience has something to teach them. Learn from every experience. Now, let's get real. Not every lesson comes wrapped in a pretty package. Sometimes life teaches you through heartbreak, failure, and loss. But those lessons,